What's going on, guys? This is Uche, and I know it's been a while since anyone saw me record a video at home. Usually, I'm in the car or I am at work, about to leave right at the end of my day, and I'm like, okay, make a quick video. But this time here, I am at home, and I was like, you know what? I have a little bit of energy. It's almost midnight. And I'm like, you know what? Let me go ahead and do this. So, first of all, I want to thank all my subscribers. Wow, I'm at 252 subscribers, so I had 250 this weekend, and honestly, it's actually pretty cool. Not something that I really thought about or expected, but it's kind of humbling to know that people out there are listening and watching my videos, and actually, I'm getting a lot of feedback and a lot of questions. As a matter of fact, tonight's recording is dedicated to KMQ, so letter K space MQUE. Thank you for your question, and thank you for subscribing. So the question here is about the Charles Schwab accounts, specifically credit cards. So the question that was asked was, let me see if I can find it here. It's here. It says, nice info. Can you do a video on Charles Schwab's credit cards, the no fee and platinum version, and how it works to reinvest cashback? So Charles Schwab has two cards. One is a it's called the Schwab's Investor Card, which is a free card, meaning there's no annual fee attached to it. And then there's also the the Platinum Card. So both cards are actually co-branded with American Express, which is pretty cool. Um, and the Platinum Card itself is pretty much the same as the regular Platinum Card you get from American Express. It's just that it's co-branded with Charles Schwab, and then you get the biggest difference is you get a actually there's two big differences. The first one is that you get statement credit of $100 if you have $250,000 in withholdings with Charles Schwab, or you get $200 statement credit if you have over $1 million. So if you really think about it, unless I'm thinking seeing this wrong, I mean it's kind of like a thank you. Here's $100 for keeping a whole lot of money with us, or here's $200 for keeping over $1 million with us. So it's that's neither here or there for me. The one thing I do think is interesting about the Platinum Card, outside of all the cool things you get from the Platinum Card, which includes Uber rides. I think it's 15 is I want to say it's $15 a month. You get of Uber ride rebates, and then it's also the $30 in December. So that kind of adds up, especially if you're in the city like I do, and sometimes you have to take Uber. Why not have some of it paid off for you by American Express? Then you get $200 a year statement credit. I'm sorry, not statement credit, but travel credit. So which you can use for any number of airlines. So you have to pick one airline, and you just kind of have a $200 statement credit you can use towards like refreshments and paying for excess luggage and things of that nature. Like in my case, I fly typically with Delta, so I use the money to actually get some free stuff on Delta. Um, what else is there? So there's a bunch of things that you can do with the American Express. But the one thing I think is pretty cool. Right now they're running a promotion. We can get 60,000 points, which are membership rewards points you can use towards anything really. The monetary value of those points is, I believe, right now this is 1.25 roughly. So you can use that towards flights, you can use that towards gift cards, you can use it towards a lot of things. I'm not going to get into any detail about that, but you can just type up how do I use my membership rewards points for American Express. Type that to YouTube, you're going to get tons of videos. Um, but what I wanted to really point out is the fact that those points can either be used to do all those other things I just talked about, or you can actually use those points and transfer them into cash with Charles Schwab, and all of a sudden now you have $750 worth of money you can put into your brokerage account and invest. So I would say for somebody who doesn't have it, who's never invested, or maybe you might be doing Stash or Acorn, something like that, and you want to try like what would it be like to actually have a brokerage account. If you get the card, you're able to make the $5,000 spend that's required in 3 months to earn the 60,000 points. That 60,000 points equals $750. You can actually, invest, which is kind of cool. Not kind of cool. It is actually really cool. Um, it's funny because for a long time I kind of like dodged investing directly myself. I did stash. I did all kinds of other like types of like micro investment programs. But now that I have Charles Schwab, I'm actually every month, actually every pay period, taking out 10% of my pay and putting it into the market, and it's working out pretty well, And I've learned a lot doing that. So yeah, so that's the one perk. Those are the two perks you get. You get the statement credits you can get from American Express if you have a whole lot of money in there, and then the other thing is that you can actually earn $750 that you can use to invest, in the market, and those are one-time deals pretty much. So now, on the flip end, when we're talking about the the Schwab Investor Card, and this card it's I don't like to say low end, but it's like I guess it's like a kind of a starter card. No, not really. It's a card. It's just that this card doesn't have as many superpowers as the Platinum card, so therefore it doesn't cost as much. As a matter of fact, it's free. And the cool thing about this is that as soon as you spend $1,000 in that card, um, uh, Schwab will give you $100 statement credit, which is pretty cool. That statement credit just goes and applies directly to your statement. So if you owe, let's say, after $1,000, it'll knock it down to $900. Um, then the other thing that's pretty awesome here is that off the bat there's a 0% introductory APR. So which means that's for 6 months. So that means for 6 months you don't have to pay a dime of interest. So you can make your purchases but the key is this: you have to pay everything off before the end of those 6 months. Because if not, what usually happens is all the interest that you'd have occurred if you didn't have that deal now gets slapped on top of it. So people are often surprised when they're like, wait a minute, how come all of a sudden I owe like $200 more? Because that's all the stuff you purchased that you didn't pay off in that introductory period. Let me see here. There's cashback on everyday purchases, so 1.5%. You get 24/7 dining and events assistance. So I guess if you're trying to find a concert or a restaurant, they'll give you a number you can call. And the Platinum card has that too, and it's pretty dope. I actually used it. I used it for a Lauryn Hill concert last summer for my wife for her birthday, and that was pretty awesome. Um, and honestly, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. I mean, the benefit of the Platinum card is the fact that you can actually make money that you can invest. The benefit of the investor card is that it has no fees, and you still get some cash back. And it's a great starter card, I think. And especially if you're not. I mean, one thing I'll tell you, there's no need to pay $550 for a card if you're not going to use the travel benefits. It's just there's no need for that, because then you're just literally paying them to hold a card for status. As a matter of fact, I'm actually thinking about kind of rearranging my Platinum situation, because I have two Platinum cards, one on the business end and one on the personal end, and I don't really need both. So one of those two cards are going to get downgraded to a gold card. It's probably going to be the business card, but yeah. So if you're trying to get extra money to invest, Platinum card, but you have to ask yourself, is it worth it? Do I really need this card? Am I going to use the superpowers, or am I going to find myself spending $550 a year for a card that I don't fully use? But the great thing about the Charles Schwab, the Schwab Investor Card, that is free, and the other thing there is, you know how it goes. Good payment history, good credit realization. If you keep everything intact as far as your inquiries and just your overall credit health, you can grow that Schwab Investor Card from, let's say you can start you for $1,000, $2,000. You can grow that to like 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, $50,000, as long as you show that you're trustworthy and you're able to handle the money. So I don't know if I answered your question, KMQ, but if you're looking to invest, I would say, unless you have the money sitting there, and you just want to blow some money, I would say, okay, go ahead and go with the Platinum card. I mean, it's a cool card, it's metal, and you can floss on people. But if you're not going to take advantage of the travel, then there's no point. If you're looking for money to invest, then do what I do. literally I told myself 10% of my net of my I'm sorry of my gross. Every pay period, I take 10% of it and I throw it into my brokerage account, and I invest. What I think is safe and wisely. Not because I'm risk adverse. It's just that, you know, as I'm learning, I don't want to buy stocks that's going to tank. So what I do is I stick to the things that I know. They're simple, and it's growing. But yeah, hopefully this video makes sense to you, KMQ, and hopefully this is what you asked for, and yeah. So guys, please subscribe, like, share. Now I'm getting sleepy. I'm up like literally at 4:30 every morning, and right now it's like midnight. So yeah. With that being said, guys, have an amazing night. Sleep well, and I'll talk to you guys soon. All right, peace.